Hello and welcome to Wrike. This is a project management system that I use on a day-to-day basis for work. I just wanted to focus on one of the features, which is how to build a workflow in Wrike and add it to a workflow for you to use with a team. And to make a workflow, it's kind of hidden. You go to your profile picture, go to your settings, and over here on the left, go to workflows, and then you can create a new workflow. Up here at the top, you can give it a name, and for this, we will just name it test workflow. And a workflow in Wrike is defining each step in a process that you have and following a project through those steps so that nothing gets lost or forgotten. And so when you're building a workflow, it's best to know what the steps of your process are before you begin. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will just call our steps beginning, middle, and end, and then completed, we will have a deferred and a canceled status. So to build your workflow, you can go over and you can say, where does your process begin? And it would start at the beginning. And you can change the color of this status. You can select if someone gets assigned on this task when it gets created, add different kinds of approvals. But for here, we're just going to leave it simple and call it beginning. We will add a middle, and I am going to change that color just to a darker blue here and hit enter. And then we will put end. And then for end, I will change that to purple. So if you're going through a workflow and you've gone through all of your different steps and then you have a final completed step, say this step is handing it off to another team, you can name it handoff and you can change the color to gray. Or if you have a different reason for something getting completed, you can add that as well. And say you added a step that you didn't want to, you still can click into here and delete that status. But sometimes there are projects that get put on hold. You can name it on hold or whatever you would like to name this kind of a status. There are also a lot of different reasons why a project might get canceled. It could be due to discontinued product or something no longer being relevant or whatever the reason. But for this, we are just going to say that a product gets discontinued. And we can go ahead and make that gray. And the most important part of this whole process is making sure that you save this workflow. And then you hit done to get out of it. After you're finished with this, you can go to your Wrike homepage. And you need to define which space you're going to have it live in. You can see that everybody has their own personal space, but there might be different spaces that you and your teams use to collaborate in. So if that workflow has a specific place that it needs to live, then you can go ahead and put it into that workspace. For now, I'm going to use my personal space just so that I don't ruin any of my team's collaborative spaces. But to add a workflow into a space, you'll go here and where it says projects and folders, you'll use this little plus sign and you can name this whatever you want. We named it test. We're going to keep it as a project and we are going to select board view. You can change this later if you would like, but I am just going to select board view for now. And then you go ahead and you click create. So in the test, you go into these three little dots right next to your new project, and you need to select which workflow is going to be pulled from. And so for tasks, we built our test space. So you got to scroll down, select that workflow, and here you can see beginning, middle, end, handoff, on hold, and discontinued product. And that's how you build a workflow in Wrike.